putting pictures, pounding them in their head, putting them in exactly where they have to be at that given moment. You know, here it is, Kenya. You may have had a bad day yesterday, you may have had a good day yesterday, but that has direct proportion to how you are right now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, yes, it does. So in a movie, I'm in their ear, giving them situations, painting images, but I'm putting it in their ear, psychologically. So there was a reporter that came to class that was taking notes on acting. The thing I know is there was an article called "The Actor Whisperer" in the newspaper. So that's where that came out to be. And there was a girl in another movie, Amada, I don't know her name, Amada something or other. Amada is she's in touch, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah, she started calling me the Actor Whisperer as well. So I'm not Amada Anderson. Yeah, you know, I'm not doing any kind of weird thing. I'm just, the reality is, you know, you can paint situations in their head. It's a matter of getting them in the moment. Some movies I deal with extreme professionals, like the movie Touch I'm working on, which is a powerful psychological theater movie about abuse, and there's a lot of A-list actors there that are attached to that movie, and it's written by, you know, Alex Molina. I'm proud of the fact that he was originally one of my students. So now he wrote a very powerful movie which stars a lot of A-lists, and including there's a supporting role with Valerie Renee Campbell. It also stars Tony and Emmy Award winner Kevin Mambo, Joseph D'Onofrio from Goodfellas and Bronx Tale, who's also a teacher here as well in our school, Bobby Finaro from The Sopranos, Alame Ballard from NCIS, Carl Gillard from Inception and now House and MD, Michael Nesbitt from Larry Crown with Tom Hanks, Gary and Joe Torre, the comedians. But whether or not I'm coaching them, I don't know, but I'm coaching the rest of the cast on set. You know, the rest of the cast that I'm coaching, you know, you're in a movie with A-list actors, award-winning. I'm putting in their ear pictures, images. I'm also telling them, look to the right. There's A-list actors. You've got to step up to the plate and think like an A-list actor. So, and in the classroom, with the images that I paint, I work with them on a conscious level in the classroom with these triggering impulses, meaning pounding images. So I work with it on a conscious level in the classroom so they can take it to the field, like the movie set, or the stage, or a TV show, and work on it on a
Are you Valerie, sorry, and to tell us what it's like to work with you, or what it's like to be with you, and you are known as that. And Valerie, if you could?
Sure. When I came to John, I was looking for an acting coach that, someone who not just teaches you the basics and teaches you what is acting, but John is the kind of person that he throws you into the lion's den, so to speak, and you'll start to deliver this monologue you think is so great, and then he will whisper crazy stuff in your ear. You're doing a monologue, you'd be doing a monologue about something about slavery, and then he'll whisper something in your ear like, well, you had cancer, and your husband's cheating on you, and you haven't told him yet. You just came home, you found out he's cheating on you, and now you have to tell him, you know, this, that, or the other. And we're sitting here like, what does that have to do with the monologue? Because you know, you build in your head what you think you're going to do with it. It's a transformational acting coach. He'll whisper something in your ear that has absolutely nothing to do with the monologue. And you could be doing a monologue that's kind of comedic, and he'll tell you to think about your grandmother just died, or someone just kidnapped your kid. So by the time you go into the monologue, it totally transforms your performance, and it makes you look at it at a different angle, so that you're able to do different direction, or giving just a little incentive to change what you're doing, and it makes a big difference when you're working on set. I produce films, and I'm also working with the director to do casting, and you want someone who can take direction well. If you tell them, look, we want you now to act like a homeless person, they need to, at a drop of a dime, be able to do that, and John trains you to do that. So you find yourself at home when you're practicing these monologues, doing a comedic monologue as a crackhead, or doing your comedic monologue as a bitchy socialite, you are able to do that, what makes you marketable in the industry. So I'm glad that I am here with him. I'm very glad that I'm working with someone who's able to teach me how to act through being myself, because basically I've learned that that's what acting is. You're basically being yourself and portraying a specific character through your own eyes and bringing yourself to that character. And that's what you get here. And he mixes up all the different trainings. He teaches you the Strasberg acting method. He teaches you method acting. He teaches all these different methods within the confines of the classroom, but you are just mixing all of that up, and it makes you a better actor.
Now, I can see that you transformed, and you work with, and you've grown, and you're now working on major production. You let me know a little about what you're into right now?
I just finished a Broadway stage play. It's been in existence for about 3 or 4 years now, called Love Hurts. And John taped a monologue. He made me do something totally different. I'm in law school at Fordham, and I grew up in North Carolina, and my mother was an English teacher, so we were taught you don't speak slang. So you know, that was what was drilled in my head. So John made me do this monologue, and he made me play this little ghetto girl. And it was weird. He said, Valerie, you sound like you're on Wall Street right now. I need for you just to go straight hood, go southeast. You know, I was like, okay.
Ghetto-delphia.
Yes, you know, I had to do that, and I just thought, okay, let me conjure up images of people in the south side of Chicago, Detroit, you know, Bed-Stuy. So I did it. He taped it. I put it on my Facebook page. And the guy who wrote the production contacted me on Facebook. He didn't know me from Adam, but he loved what John, the couple different scenes that John posted on Facebook from class, and I was hired. The person that was directing the play is Lawrence St. Victor. He played on Guiding Light for years, and now he's doing character development workshops, and he's doing casting for Broadway stage plays. So I did Love Hurts. And then I was hired shortly thereafter to do another Broadway play called Union Women, which was based back in 1940, who was starting this union to get the proper wages and health care and these things that they needed working as sharecroppers. So I was the girlfriend of a guy who was trying to get his own farmland, and they were going to start a union, but the men got killed once the master found out that they were going to start this union. So the women decided to start a union, and that was the second Broadway play that I've done that will be playing at the Union Theater at the end of August. I have done a few movies, and now I'm starring in the movie Touched, and I'm also now producing that film.
Amazing.
It is truly amazing.
Yes, amazing.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. John?
Yes.
You clearly, you have the wisdom, power, and talent. Let me inspiring wisdom. This is what you need to do. Do you encounter people who try to do it their own way? At campus.
I mean, I meet all kinds of people. People that, you know, come to class, and everybody, you know, people always have their own way of doing things, and you know, in fact, just the other day, I have a play that is becoming a movie. It's called Hustle. You know, it's based on a woman who has a dream of being a star on Broadway, like we all do. And it takes place in the 70s. And she has a dream of being a star on Broadway, and she's led into a life of drug stripping and prostitution. I wrote the play. The play didn't even go up, and it's not on my Facebook page. But she is my sister's Academy Award nominee, for Best Art Direction for a documentary called My Architect back in 2003. So, you know, basically I guess they're in the midst of trying to see about funding and stuff, but we held a major casting call, and a young lady came in speaking about people wanting to do it their own way, and the woman looked perfect for the part. She started off her monologue, she was perfect, and threw in a transition, threw in an adjustment, you know, and the woman said, why are you giving me that adjustment? It has nothing to do with my monologue. I says, to be quite frank, I'm giving you an adjustment to see if I can work with you. That adjustment has nothing to do with my monologue. I says, understand this, by me giving you an adjustment and seeing how quickly you respond to my adjustment has a lot to see whether I can work with you or not. She goes, but I don't understand why you're giving me an adjustment when it has nothing to do with my monologue. I says, when I'm giving you an adjustment in the middle of an audition room that's costing me $65 an hour for the past 7 hours, you know, I have 2 seconds to decide whether I can work with you or not on a film. A film that's going to cost thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. By listening to you and see how well you can take an adjustment, I can decide in a split second whether I can work with you or not. To be quite frank, you know, it's not whether my monologue has anything, my adjustment has anything to do with your monologue. It's whether I can work with you or not. And it's clear right here and now that I cannot work. And you know, the thing is, part of why I give these students quick adjustments, you know, is the simple fact that that's what's going to happen when they go on an audition. Out of the clear blue sky, someone's going to throw in an adjustment. Me, when I throw in an adjustment on an audition, you know, that's how I know if I can work with an actor or not. How well they adapt to change on a drop of a dime. I mean, one thing I love about my actors is most of them are working. They are working acting. I'm very proud. Valerie is Broadway, and she's producing, and she's in movies. We have stars in my classroom, people you see on television. You know, Joe D'Onofrio, who teaches here, who's been in Goodfellas and The Sopranos. And now in Touched, we have Benoit from Family Matters and other television shows, and other people that are on my website. We have working professional actors that come through my workshops, and people that have just started in the business. We have Alfonso, who is relatively new to this industry, and he's already on his 15th under 5. You know, and Jane Haggerty, Jane Haggerty, who is, that's what you say, under 5 lines. And he's on his 15th, under 5 on Law and Order, Nurse Jackie, and other shows. We also have Dominic Mancini, who is, you know, Life on Mars with Harvey Keitel. He was on that show. You know, and my sister herself, who is an Academy Award nominee, who is involved in my workshops, acting teachers that are endorsed by Meryl Streep and Kevin Kline, as well as Golden Globe, 5 or 6 Emmy Award winning people, and Tony Award winning actors. So, you know, and I'd like to think that those endorsements are not for me, but more or less for my students. You know, people like Valerie and Jane and Alfonso to keep pumping and don't ever give up. You know, because if you listen to the words in those endorsements on my website, it's more for them. I am a very demanding teacher, you know, because I'm not going to sugarcoat your performance. I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm going to tell you the truth. I tell you the truth because the world out there, the industry, you know, and Valerie can tell you that just like it is, that they're a lot more meaner than I can ever be. It's a hard industry. The thing is, if I can tell you the truth and not sugarcoat your performance, I think you'll thank me later. And I have students that have been with me for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You know, because I feel requested or my name has been dropped for a big major motion pitcher, onset coach for a very big pitcher, which I'll give the name once it gets closer and once I get more definite answer from them. But things are starting to happen with our school, and I'm very happy. You know, it's a wonderful success that we've had over the years, and I look forward to see where we're going. You know.
Well, I definitely, on behalf of everyone, anyone who's experienced anything, thank you so very much. You just